Hello and welcome to another episode of the Uncommon Energy Podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to be recapping the results from the Las Vegas Regional Championships and Buenos Aires special events, which both took place this past weekend. We're going to give our thoughts on the brand new set, Phantasmal Flames, out now. Not quite officially legal for play, but very, very soon it is out on TCG Live. So we'll give our thoughts on the new set. We will, of course, have Guess That Flavor Text, everyone's favorite segment of the podcast. And then we're going to wrap up this week by talking about the Latin American International Championships taking place this coming weekend down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Neither Azul nor I will be there this time around. But we're going to talk about the event, and we're also going to be doing our tier list as we always do before the ICs and worlds. And of course, we are going to wrap things up over on our bonus episode exclusive to our YouTube channel members and Spotify subscribers. My name is Chip Ritchie, joined here as always by my friend and co-host Azul GG. What's up, Azul? How we doing, buddy? How was your weekend?
Pretty good. Got to watch Party Vegas. Yeah, I actually completely forgot that ICs start on Friday. So it's actually like, I mean, it's like a day sooner than I thought it was, but it's like a lot sooner than I thought. It's like it feels like a lot sooner than I thought it was. But yeah, I did the watch partying of Vegas and Buenos Aires special event. Shout out to Rumar, who has been routinely the last couple of years, maybe just like post COVID in general, when he's been able to, has been running, just kind of a gameplay stream from a lot of the special events and maybe even some of the regionals. I don't remember for sure, but a lot of special events happening down in the Latin American region. So shout out to Rumar. Did it again, put out a stream for people to watch. So I watched that. I actually didn't know he was doing it the first day, so I didn't catch that much of day one from Buenos Aires, but I woke up early, caught all of day two thanks to his stream, and all of Top Cut as well before Vegas. It kind of lined up pretty well. Like the finals of what's it called started like as round one was starting in Vegas. The finals of Buenos Aires was starting as round one was starting for Vegas. So yeah, huge shout out to Rumar for continuing to do that while there's no official streams happening for all the Latin American tournaments. I was really sick to see him doing that still. So yeah, I had a ton of fun watch partying. The level of play that we saw from Vegas was just super high. It was
Oh
like
my gosh.
super nice to watch. There was a couple dud matches, but it wasn't like to the fault of also like the matchup selection is something I critique sometimes as well for like that. But I think the matchup selection this week was really, really good as well. There were some kind of dud matches, but it was due to like draws, not like potential matchups playing out or anything like that. So like the level of play we saw throughout the whole weekend from Vegas was like super sick, to be honest. Like that was it was really
You
nice.
we lost your audio, buddy.
What?
You
Hear me
you've
now?
got oh wait,
What?
it's on my end. Hold on. Wait, I can't hear you. You dipped out of Video Ninja in the browser.
mm,
I don't think
I
it's
don't.
on my end.
I think it is.
Look,
Wait, you just heard me.
you're gone.
Can you hear me?
But I still see you on OBS, and I can't hear you, but I see you're talking to me. And I
Okay.
see that the audio is working right here.
1 minute.
Oh, he's gonna leave and come back.
All right. How about now?
Okay, I can hear you. Just pick back up with your thought. I'll edit it out. I might remember to edit it out.
You can leave it. That's fine. That's actually weird. That's never happened before. Where did I cut out when you were?
You're talking about the high level gameplay we saw at Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great. It was like it was really sick to see. Like there were some dud matches, but it wasn't due to like the matchups. It was just kind of some players just kind of dead drawing. Like that happens, like the Rogerson match specifically. But that could have been a really cool match. He had the unfair stamp in there, which usually the Raging Ball matchup is tough, but he was prepared for the matchup. So it would have been really cool to see that play out when both players are getting to execute their game plans, at least like one or two of the games. But he just drew pretty poor both games. But yeah, it was really fun to watch party over the weekend. I'm excited for LAIC, of course, coming up this weekend as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you
Yeah,
though?
that's. I
What was it
mean,
like? I was gonna
oh, yeah.
say you were there, not casting or hosting. You're still in Vegas. You were doing.
I was the analyst.
There you go.
Yeah, doing a bit of a new thing in Vegas this weekend. If you didn't see it, basically they had like a separate desk setup. They did this for VG and for TCG. We had a separate desk set up where there was a dedicated analyst who was um just like breaking down matchups after they happened, kind of like doing a little more in depth dive into, um, how matchups work and what's going on. One of the things that I did that I actually like enjoyed the most actually was popping in whenever there was like judge calls and rulings and stuff that were happening and kind of like adding more context to the situation, like what was happening, fill in like what the potential rulings would look like. So yeah, it was a lot of fun and definitely a little bit of a higher pressure, especially with the level of play we saw on stream this weekend because I'm supposed to like be trying to like analyze and break these games down a little bit further. And it's like these players are like way smarter and better at this than I am. So it was a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, especially like learning how to use the full like replay function setup back there because it was like me pulling the clips and stuff. But I think it ended up being pretty good and had a good time doing it for sure. I think the plan is for that to be a function at future tournaments. So if you enjoyed it, that's good because it seems like we're going to be doing it more often. Hopefully, at least. I think that is the plan, at least. So as far as I
Yeah.
understand it. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun for sure to do something a little bit unique. And yeah, learn how to do a new thing for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool to see. I think it's like a huge, just like having more content, and it's like so a lot of the other content that they do is like fine, like the tournament recaps, some of the like deck breakdown stuff, or like breaking down like the pre-recorded segments, or like the casters filling air is obviously something that they have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of their job. Like there's going to be dead air that comes up all the time. That's part of your job as a caster to fill the dead air. But having you there with that, like people want to see gameplay or like something on like another level besides like not gameplay. And like the analyst desk is like a super good like content to have in there. Like ideally we want to see like a side station stream when we'll talk about something like that that might be happening at LAIC coming up here later in the episode. But I think having this around for future events is great. It doesn't mean we shouldn't have like a second station set up for more gameplay, but the analyst desk part is really really cool to see. And I think the setup was really good too. Like the desk they had you at, like everything just like looked really nice. And I think that I like they it seemed like they upgraded the lounge area as well. I liked the look of that as well. So I really like the look of everything that they
Yeah.
changed around with this event specifically. Everything looks really clean, and this your segments. Yeah, like you said, I really liked you coming in as well to like break down the rulings as well. Like that's really cool to have in there. So all of that was just like a huge upgrade to the production quality.
Yeah, it was fun to do, and I'm looking forward to seeing kind of the future of it. I'm not Yeah, I won't say anything else about it. So yeah, looking forward to seeing kind of what else happens with the analyst desk moving forward. Another thing before we get into all of our planned segments and stuff, we did want to just mention quickly that a new set has officially been announced. Ascended Heroes, the special set for January, which is of course going to feature cards from what's it, Mega Dream? Is that the name of the set? Yeah, Mega Dream EX, which is coming out what in 10 days over in Japan very, very soon. But yeah, featured around Mega Dragon. I gotta say, I kind of like this here, going for like the Ascended Heroes with the set logo. You can tell they're kind of going for like this comic book style. I'm a fan. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, it looks pretty cool. And we know some of the cards that we will be getting. We have the full information on the Zekrom now. Last week when
Yep.
we talked, I'm pretty sure we just saw the blurry. We just knew it was happening, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
But now we know what it fully does: 130 HP. It's got a shred attack for the first attack for 3 colorless energy, and then the second attack, of course, you're never going to be attacking with it for fire double lightning colorless because you're going to be using Zorak to copy the attack for 2 dark energy, but it does 250 damage, and then it does what I thought it wouldn't do because I think it's like too like it's just not an inhibitor to Zorak for the most part. But it says during your next turn, uh, this Pokemon can't use. Does it say use this attack or use attacks?
Can't use attacks.
Okay, can't use attacks. But of course, Zorak, Pecharunt, Air Balloon, and PP up to get energy on a bench Zorak. Like that's not going to stop Zorak from attacking 2 turns in a row. I thought it would be discard all energy or 2 energy or something, but apparently not. It's just going to be a Pecharunt use away from back-to-back 250s with a Zorak. So definitely a big card for Zorak.
Yeah, this card is huge. And it also like has shred on it, which, like something that we saw come up in Las Vegas, Zoark not being able to hit Cornerstone Mask Ogre Pawnee X or just any other wall in general, Crustle, any of it, whatever it could be. Now you've got an out just to attack it with
Yeah.
your Zoark copying Shred. So yeah, very, very strong card. Definitely a big boost for the ends archetype, the ends Zork archetype. But a couple other things that we can look at here. I mean, it's going to be like a reprint of a bunch of. How can I do? What are these magic? I get. Oh my gosh, I have a Magic the Gathering avatar ad and a freaking McCormick Spices ad. Like,
Make
all
the
right.
holidays memorable, Chip. Get your
um and LL Bean. Got to shout out LL Bean on the bottom. Anyway, we see like a scan of some of the like cards that will be included here, more than likely in some capacity, right? The Mega Dragon IDX, kind of the big new card, but
Yep.
with as always with these special sets, there's always some reprints of cards that have been powerful cards over the last couple years, or the last year, I guess. Usually, Mega Lucario making that cut for some reason. We got that here, and then Rocket's Mewtwo EX making that cut for some reason. We
Yeah,
got
why
that
is Mega
here.
Lucario are they gonna print, like, a different Mega Lucario maybe?
No,
Right?
no.
Well, they've already given us, like, all the artwork possibilities, right? Oh, no, not this one, not the comic book one, yeah,
Well,
okay.
the comic book one is gonna be a, promo. These are promos.
Oh. So they're gonna
It's gonna
give
just
us
be it's literally like in,
they're just giving
Prismatic.
us another Mega Lucario.
Yeah, it's just they're reprinting the card. I mean, I
Uh,
assume based on
yeah.
what we see here, what's
Well,
like
I guess it is called
Terapagos.
Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes. There's very few Mega Pokemon out so far, so there's very few heroes to choose from, so they have
Look,
to
like
yeah.
Terapagos came out in Stellar Crown, and then in Prismatic
Nice.
Evolutions, it's just a reprint,
There's 2
new
gold
set
ones too.
symbol.
What the heck? Why dude, this is just overkill, man. 2 full
What?
arts, 2 golds. Like, look how many Terrapagos there are. It's, like, not even anything new. Like, it's, like,
2 secret
multiples.
illustration rares,
Yeah, 2
2.
gold. There's only 1 full art. That's a full
Yeah,
art one, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I
it's
mean,
funny.
it's a promo actually.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my thought process initially was, like, maybe something cool, like a different Mega Lucario, but nope, it's just gonna be the same one for sure,
Yeah.
and there's the Terra
Mew
Pikachu in the background. We're just gonna get Terra Pikachu and Ethan's
but
Ho-Oh, and I guess
hey,
that'll
we
be Team
getting
Rocket's Mewtwo, right?
is this I mean, this is probably a sign that this set will include the Mega Charizard Y,
Yeah,
which we
definitely.
saw from the start deck
And we
100. So
weren't and we weren't
that's pretty
sure.
cool.
Yeah. So we know we're getting that. And maybe that hints at maybe us maybe getting more from that stuff as well. I guess it's so hard to tell though. It's not even worth reading into it too much, I guess, to
Yeah,
be
I mean, there's
honest.
like the Mega Autono here, which we still don't know what
Yeah.
it does, right? There's
Another
also
Armarouge,
the
sick.
there's also
Me
the Pokepad. Is that what it's called, right? Pokepad. So
yeah.
that might be in the set. Hopefully is in this set, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Once rotation hits, it matters more, right? Like we have enough Pokemon search cards right now. I don't know if we need to add
Well,
Pokepad to the mix.
I just mean like hopefully it's in this set, as in like if it's not in this set, maybe we're not gonna get it for 6 months, And
Well,
then
it
it's
would be
like
in I would hope it'd be in the rotation set then at that point. That'd be kind of crazy. That is like
hopefully it's
5
just
months
in this
away.
set and we get it as close to as when Japan gets it as possible. I think that is fair to
Oh,
say.
sure. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking about it more like that's already gonna happen, but no, that's right. That might not happen. Yeah. Lining up our format. I didn't even like consider that as a thought because it doesn't happen anyways. But yep, it's a good point, Chip. I'm with you there. I'm with you there for sure. Yeah. And we already knew like this set was coming out end of January. We just didn't know everything about it, right? But now we have way more information to work with. And yeah, some like little teasers potentially for what else is to come.
You can see even like
I
the
guess.
top, it looks like the comic book pop
Yeah.
out, right? And like, yeah, I'm digging the vibe they're going for here.
Yeah.
Um,
And I do like the way the full arts look, to be honest, as well. That is one thing I mentioned when they
yeah.
revealed my worlds. Like I like usually artwork of cards doesn't really matter too much to me, but I do appreciate some of the artwork of some of the cards. They stand out to me too as something I like more than others for sure. So yeah, I was excited for new Pokemon.
Definitely. All right, well, let's just hop into our first topic here this weekend,
I
which
guess
is
one
you
more
got
thing,
something else?
we'll probably know the full set list for this thing, or we'll know a lot of the other reveals this week or next week because it comes out in Japan, 28th, I think.
Yeah, is
So
there a Champions League between is there like a
no, it's the
Champions League
week
next
after.
weekend? Okay.
It's the week after. Yeah, there's no. It's like a weird time for reveals. How they usually line up with Japan. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, that was like yeah. They didn't have a Phantasmal Flames Champion League, which it feels like they usually do, but instead it's going to be for this next set.
Well, now let's go ahead and hop in and take a look at the results from the tournaments this past weekend. Actually, the first thing to talk about here is a new thing that they did at Las Vegas, kind of surprise out of nowhere. Online match reporting was attempted
Yeah.
the first couple rounds of the Las Vegas regionals. So Arcanine Labs, who runs the tournament software and the pairings and all that stuff, tweeted out big news: TCG Masters participating in the Las Vegas Regional Championships will be reporting their matches online this weekend. So this is something we've been wanting, which is really cool to have access to. There are a lot of people always who are going to be complaining about these things. Like you see a lot of replies in here where people are saying, oh, what about like the bad internet connections and like convention center Wi-Fi, which the convention center Wi-Fi was $80 if you were supposed to trying to be on Wi-Fi, but most people can get a good enough signal to just submit a match, and if you can't, you can call a judge in theory, right? So I think like this is in
Yeah.
general. You've said before, like all the issues people bring up are actually not really big issues. Like
No.
um,
Yeah,
so I
like,
think
yeah,
this is
there were
something overall the majority of people really want to see happen in the game. I think immediately when I saw this announcement, though, I was like, my first thought right away was, I wish they had announced this a little bit sooner to just give people like a chance to like kind of have it in their head mentally, get
yeah.
let words spread around a little bit. Hey, this is a thing that's happening.
And they
And
did
then
use
it did
this.
kind of become a train wreck in the beginning of day one.
Yeah. I believe they did use this at day 2 of Milwaukee, and it went fine. Like, there was
Yeah.
no hiccups, no problems. Um, and from what I heard, yeah, so this is like one of those things where it's like, it's gonna happen, it should happen. Working out, there was problems, and we're gonna talk about those more here in a second, but working out the kinks and making it work is the correct thing to do. Like, the discussion of whether or not this should or shouldn't exist is just silly, and you're just, like, nitpicking to nitpick. You just wanna have the incorrect opinion, I don't know. But yeah, they had different ways that if you didn't have a cell phone or didn't have connection, you could call over a judge, or there was maybe a station at the Hive you could go up to report your match, but they have other ways to report your match. From what I heard was the biggest issue with it was people just not reporting.
Yep.
So there's like a fault on two parts here. And this is one of those things where it's like, what, the Pokemon community, you guys love to complain. You love to complain about TPCI messing up, about TOs messing up. And hey, there is some stuff to hold the TOs accountable for this event. But you're also apparently the reason we can't have nice things because you won't report your match after it's done. So you have no one to blame but yourselves for part of this. But I will say there's definitely a fault on RK9 side of the things. Apparently, the way you have to report it is both people have to report, which is just, to me, seems silly. I just assumed the process would be either player can report, and then there's like a grace period where the other player can dispute the report. And if there's no dispute, or if the report is confirmed, like if I beat Chip, I put I win, Chip puts he loses, boom, all good. If I say I win, it starts with like a 2-minute countdown. And if Chip reports he wins, then we dispute it, and then we have to get a judge involved, whatever. If one of us messes it up, then hopefully they just fix it. Or the 2 minutes expires, and then it just gives me the win because Chip didn't dispute it in that time period. I assumed that's how it probably worked because like making both players have to like sit through the process seems kind of silly when it should just be on the winners, uh, on the winner to like submit that they won, and then the loser shouldn't have to do anything really, to be honest. But apparently both players have to submit. Now that is like fine, and you can make an argument up to like some point that uh it's like, okay, people are new and getting adjusted to it, but apparently they used it for the first 3 rounds of the tournament, and y'all couldn't take your phone out of your pocket after you lost your match to submit that you lost. Like, y'all are the reason we can't have nice things, apparently. So y'all love to complain about TPCI and tournament organizers, but then when they do something and then we can't be accountable as like the community, it's pretty disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. So
Well,
that
I
was
think it's
disappointing to hear.
reasonable that like it's a new thing, right? That people
Yeah, but by round 3, if they're still having the same problems, I'm sure they were
right.
on the loudspeaker. Hey, can you submit your pairings after your round? And people in my chat telling me that's what they were doing. So I already know that was happening. There's like no excuse. Like, it's just people being lazy. And yeah, no, I guess I'm disappointed in the community on that front for sure. But the loser having to like confirm they won is also a little bit silly for that process to exist. But if it does exist by round 4 of the tournament, by round 2 of the tournament, the players should know what they're supposed to do. It's just being lazy at that point, and yeah, that's it. That's so that was like, my rant here on the RK9 thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think a lot of that could have been alleviated as well if it had just been announced sooner. Like
Sure. Yeah.
let word get around. Announcing it
It is a fair
12
critique
hours
for
before the
sure.
tournament starts, I think is a little silly. There was also some
Definitely a fair
issues in the
critique.
morning, it seemed like, with like getting into the venue. There was like some big bottlenecking happening with security, and that's kind of been a theme at the last couple of tournaments. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't really know what the issue is, to be honest, because I don't feel like this was like a problem has been a problem at all the last like 2 years, really.
Well, it was an issue at Pittsburgh, and then, apparently, as far as I could tell, there was no problems at all in Milwaukee. Now, it might just be the layout of the venue, or I mean, they put out the tweet before Milwaukee being like, "Hey," and they
Get
did
in
put out that
early,
tweet
yeah.
again before this tournament as well. And I think what they say, they highly suggest you show up between 6:30 and 7:30 a.m. I don't know. I feel like some people like, I don't know, like it's just not that big of a deal for them to suggest people show up early. I mean, maybe the better way for them to word it is just be like, doors will be open at 6:30. Like maybe just saying that and not putting like the highly suggest part of it in there is the better way to word it, so people don't get immediately offended by the tweet. I'm not trying to defend gaming gen too much on this one. But like Milwaukee ran fine, it seemed like, right, for people getting in and out of the venue. It seems like Vegas didn't. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to for sure put this is I had this discussion in my chat over the weekend when we were watching this kind of all unfold, and we saw people like tweeting about it. And there's people in my chat who were at the event who they came in and they made their comment on it. I don't know. You have a lot of people trying to show up like for conventions in general, and like the one convention I can kind of like that I've gone to before that I can remember is like PAX East. Back when I lived in Massachusetts, they would go to PAX East like every year, but like people didn't all have to show up at the same time. Like I would always show up. I don't know. The venue hall probably opened at 9 a.m. I'd show up at like noon, right? Like I don't. Not everyone has to be there at the exact same time trying to get into the
Yeah.
same hall. So like I don't know. Logistically, I just don't know if there's anything they can do. Because they rent as many halls as they do, they get access to that many entrances. And if there is more they can do, obviously they should be held accountable. I just don't. I personally just don't know. Or if like is just how. And I would be curious to know. And then one thing we can do for a comparison would be like people who have gone to Yu-Gi-Oh events and Magic events. Is it the same or is it different? Is it better or is it worse? Because it could be worse theoretically. But if it's better, then it sounds like Gaming Gen is dropping the ball here, and they should be able to get people in at a higher rate to be in their seats to be ready to play at 8:30. So that's like the one thing I'm kind of held up on. I just don't know the logistics and how realistic it is for us to be actually getting in our seats faster, you know, on the day of the tournament. So I want to hold Gaming Gen accountable though. If there is something more they could be doing, they're just being lazy about it.
I wonder if they should stagger the start times a little bit more. Like,
Oh, does VG start at the same time?
I think so,
Yeah, why
but
don't you
you
have
could
them
even
start
start
later?
like
Just
juniors and seniors later, like an
they
hour
do. I think
later.
they do that, don't they?
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but why? Yeah, why don't they start VG later?
Let's see. I guess I don't want to be talking without knowing for sure. Yeah, TCG and VG Masters competition starts at 8:30, and then juniors and
Yeah.
seniors starts at 9.
Well, they could even push juniors and seniors. Like they could push VG Masters to like 10. They get out at like 5 or something usually on day
Yeah,
one, right? Like they could push them to like 10, and they can push TCG juniors and seniors to like 9:30 even. They could definitely push back some of these other games and divisions uh a decent amount. I mean, I don't know logistically once again what that looks like, but I couldn't come up with an excuse for that at all, to be honest, why they couldn't do that. For sure. Just have to have different call times for the judges and stuff, but
yeah.
doesn't seem like that big of a deal at all.
I definitely feel like there's been some events where there's not been metal detectors and like bag checks that are
Yeah.
necessary, and then there's some events that there are.
I think it might come down just to the convention center. That's the thing that
Yeah,
I feel like definitely I feel like in slight defense of gaming gen and like tournament organizers in general, I don't think people understand the security at these things is not it's not the TO, it is the convention center. I feel like people think that everything is in full control and they control every single person in the venues in the space, but they like communicate with the convention center, and the convention center is they're the ones who are running the security. and all that kind of stuff. So like I feel like a lot of people just like completely step over that nuance when they're like having an opinion about this kind of stuff, which like I don't know. It's always kind of like annoying when people just like miss the full picture and just like hone in on the problem and like making it seem like it's super simple, but like sometimes it's like not. So yeah, I'm not trying to excuse gaming gen here. The question is like I just don't know if it can be done better, and I think a lot of people who are just generally mad at them also don't know if it could be done better. Now, if there's some people who do, I would love to hear from people who like maybe have a bit more experience in this. Like I said, people who have gone to Magic events and Yu-Gi-Oh events of similar size, what is the experience like? Is it similar, or are they able to get it done in a more timely fashion? It's not quite as big of a deal. And it's not only gaming gen that we've had these like super long lines at the beginning of tournaments with before, and a lot of it might just be convention center based, like depending on where and how many entrances there are to the hall. Because I feel like I want to say it's like Portland, like almost every single year at Portland, like there's like one entrance down the escalator. There's like two doors or something to get through. There's just like not a lot of entrances to the hall that we play in. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, convention centers aren't. I don't know if they're not built in mind for like big tournaments where a bunch of people have to be in this venue at the exact same time in early in the morning. So yeah, I just don't know the logistics of it all. So I don't know if it's just kind of a problem with competitions like this, or if there is that much more to be done. But if there is, gaming gen definitely should be doing it. Um,
Well, let's go ahead and hop in and look at some of the results. Yeah.
yeah, let's
Let's
do
actually
it.
let's start with Buenos Aires. We don't have the full data. Actually, we have like very little data from this
Yum.
tournament. But shout out to the folks at PokeStats for getting some stuff out here for us. We do at least know the deck that won, and it was Dragapult Dustnor by Eduardo Molina from Chile. And then also Dragapult in second place and top four had Golden Go and Charizard. Top eight, Raging Bolt, Cerulege, let's get it, and Dragapult and Mega Box, which I assume is Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Absol. And then there was a couple people in top 16 who were in cut, a Maridon EX, and then a Golden Go.
Yeah. So Dragapult uh, basically dominated the tournament overall, but there was a good mix of stuff besides that. The Dragapult, of course, at the top, and then a good mix of stuff under that. And yeah, we don't know too much about, like you mentioned, about the deck list of everyone and stuff like that. So there's not gonna be as much to break down. The Canadians, though, we had Kieran and Jackson both lost their winning ins, so they were close to being able to be in top cut there. And
Dre
then
representing the
Dre,
US got 10th. Yeah.
yep, Dre was in asymmetrical cut. We saw him in his asymmetrical cut round. Did lose to the Mega Absol with the Cornerstone. Did not have a tech for that matchup, which was honestly, well, when we take a look at the results from Las Vegas, that was a common trend of people not teching for Cornerstone.
Ready for the mirror, though, with the Hops Creamery.
Yeah, ready for the mirror.
And that was
Definitely.
what a lot of people in Vegas played as well.
Yeah, but gave up on their Mega Mawile, or I mean, it kind of just is the Mega Mawile at this point. We actually saw a lot of between both tournaments. I did see a lot of Mega Lucario actually. I guess it was only maybe one in Vegas, but on the Buenos Aires stream, there was 2 or 3 Mega Lucario trolley builds, I want to say. But we saw,
Yes, Simon Trottier
yeah,
Lacoste played it in
yeah,
Vegas on stream.
yes, yeah. So there's still some. They didn't make it towards the top though, in the end.
And then let's hop in and look at the results of Vegas. And Las Vegas was indeed won by Tord Reklev with Mega Absol, Mega Kangaskhan. Who would ever think that this deck couldn't just win a bunch of tournaments, to be honest? That this deck is not real, legit, super good. Who would ever think
Yeah, I
that?
don't know. I don't know who would ever give
Listen,
that.
I was getting a little flamed for my hot take, okay? But I'm gonna take my L. It's fine. I was wrong. Listen, you don't get to have good hot takes unless they're wrong every once in a while,
You
okay?
gotta have some bad
So,
ones with the good
okay, well,
ones. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying like, yeah, like it's like they're not all gonna be right, but like no one's gonna be right 100% of the time. So yeah,
if you're trying to, be a little aggressive with your hot takes, be a talking head, a pundit, whatever you want to call it. Uh, you got to be wrong every once in a while, and that's fine. I'll hold my L. Did you see Tord tagged me as well
yeah,
in
I saw that.
his?
That was good. He
Honestly,
does,
I
man.
think he used me to promo his, Metafy class, and honestly, I think that's only fair for how many times I've put his face in one of our thumbnails for the podcast. So, even's even, you know?
Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly.
He's definitely
Exactly.
good. I did see him tag you. That was funny. But let's start before we jump into the list. Let's start the metagame.
Yeah,
Take a look at
sure.
the metagame. Go to labs.
Yeah, I'm getting there, calm down.
You need to start on labs, Chip. You're always starting
I
on.
don't like doing it. So the only difference between labs and then limitless is that you can't see the names of the people who played the same deck.
Oh,
That's the
true.
that's
Yeah.
the thing I like to see. Like, I like to click on towards deck and see, oh, XYZ people played
It's
it too.
them. You know,
But yeah, we'll start by looking at the metagame.
yeah.
And yeah, Golden Go leading the charge at 16% nearly. And then Gardevoir not too far behind, though, at 15%. This is with it being grouped, though, Gardevoir, Jellicent, and regular Gardevoir.
Yeah, and there should be some jolted golden goes in that percentage as well. So yeah, they're pretty close there, both around both at like 15%. And I don't think it's like too big of a shock, unless you're like divvying up the guard forts. Obviously, if we're like, yeah, if we include them, we expect this. If they're divvied up, obviously we don't expect it to be quite as popular. But Gardevoir as an archetype around that 15%. Golden Go, as we got closer to the tournament, like I think my prediction for it, like I did like a YouTube video, I think I put it at like 12. But as we got closer to the tournament, I was like, I could see this actually just being 13, 14, 15, and it was almost 16%. A lot of people on the Golden Go after it. Had a pretty dominant weekend the week before. And then under that, I feel like there's nothing too wild about the rest. Yeah, the Dragapult still up there at 13. Maybe it's a little higher from Dragapult than I would have expected, but Charizard, Sarilege, the Marnie's Grimmsnarl, Mega Absol, despite its success this weekend, it was up at that like 6%. Now started falling down a little bit, down to the 4. And we finally see Zoroark. It's dude, it always it's always funny when you see when like the last couple tournaments, I feel like Zoroark was like less popular than stuff like Raging Bolt. And one of those decks is really good, and the other one is not. But it's like, I mean, yeah, Zoroark's one of those weird decks where it's like it's a really good deck. I think everyone agrees. No one's gonna call Zoroark not a good deck, but it's like a deck that people just don't gravitate towards. Even though it did get a win, the first win for North America with Pittsburgh from Liam, or in Pittsburgh from Liam. Like, it still, even after that, it didn't get like a ton of popularity. And it probably won't ever get there, even though Liam, once again, had a really strong finish with Zark. It's probably never going to get super popular, but it's a well respected deck, I guess, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, once the friggin' Zekrom comes out, I could see it being a lot more popular, to
Sure.
be honest.
That might be the
Um,
catalyst.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
There's one thing I was going to say about once we get Zekrom is like, I feel like once it gets Zekrom, it's going to turn from a deck that like needs to hard counter the metagame to a deck that becomes a deck that needs to be countered. But from seeing Liam's build this weekend, maybe that's not even 100% true right now. Like, Liam
Maybe
was
it's better than
playing.
its play rate right now.
Yeah. Well, no, I definitely think that's true. Like that, I think it's for sure. No matter what build of Zorak you pick up, I think there's a lot of different cool ways to play the deck right now. And we saw another one this weekend with the build from Liam.
Yeah. Yeah, so this ended up being a pretty cool match in the finals. I think going into it, we thought it was going to be terrible because Tord plays 2 Cornerstone Mask Ogrepon. Liam plays no answer to Cornerstone Mask Ogrepon at first
No good
glance.
answer. Yeah.
At first glance. But he does have Blood Moon Ursaluna and the Team Rockets Watchtower. Now, these cards are not in his deck for this reason, but it is like a technical out to a Cornerstone Mask Ogrepon. And Liam was a 50-50 away from winning game number 1. He
Yeah.
did win game number 2, and honestly, he was really close to winning game number 3 as well.
Yeah. I think Tord had to draw boss on that last turn of the game, which he had pretty good odds. He did have pretty good
Yes.
odds. He set himself up pretty well. Didn't draw any prize cards early. Could have started attacking a lot earlier, but then if you draw prize cards, you get Iono to less cards, which means less chance of having a boss in your hand to chase down the Ursaluna like he did at the end of game 3. So yeah, it was really close. And I guess it, like, honestly, I was like, I knew the out existed, but I didn't think it would like work that well against Tord. I feel like Liam knew what he wanted to do in
Yeah.
game number 1. I think Tord was trying, like, didn't fully know what Liam's plan was, or like how things would actually like. That's how I felt when I was like looking at it. I was like, I just don't know how this is gonna play out. It feels like it's gonna be still really bad for Liam. He can get there, and swing with the Ursa Luna. But it feels like Tord should have like an insurmountable lead or board state at that point.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of like not how it played out when Tord did play towards just like the double cornerstone board. It like almost we felt like it made it more possible for Liam to win than if maybe Tord had like went with Absol early or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe had a little bit more depth to his field. But once it was isolated to the two cornerstones, like Liam could kind of pretty easily go all in on his game plan. And it led to a really, really cool finals, which was cool to see. Kind of just like speaking towards what we were talking about at the beginning, which is like the level of play I feel like we saw this weekend is maybe the highest we've ever seen at a major tournament, even in compared to some of the ICs or worlds. I don't even know. Like I'd have to go back and watch it. Like this, like the level of play that we saw in a lot of these matches was just like just banger after banger, kind of like it was really enjoyable for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just gonna be what happens whenever you put like the best on stream, right? Like, I mean, we saw Henry on stream through the weekend, Ryuki, um, Aban, right? Like, just like the top level players in the game. And honestly, dude, after watching Liam this weekend, and I mean, honestly, like, I mean, I've known Liam is good for a long time, dude, but I think I think Liam is just like different, dude. That game was so sick in the finals. Yeah, he is so good, man.
Yeah, and I actually want to give with that like what you just said there. I want to give. I think this came up at some point. I already said like credit to y'all for picking the matches throughout the week, but like we went from toward a Ban on one side of the bracket and then into toward Ryuki instead of going to what was gonna probably be a stomping for Liam on the other side of the bracket. Usually you guys like usually it just flips immediately from one side to the other, but whoever made that call, as a viewer, I appreciate it for sure. Because usually
Uh,
like sometimes we flip into just a bad matchup, but getting to see Ryuki versus Tord was super sick.
I do think that was a timing thing because I think Henry's top 8 game was still going whenever the other
Mm.
so they were just trying to keep moving. I think that was the main reason, but it worked out very nicely for sure.
Okay, well, hopefully future calls end up with similar results because yeah, it would have been way
I
less
don't know,
exciting to
Henry
go to
dude,
the other side
Henry
of the bracket.
says that friggin' Gardevoir beats all these dark decks, so maybe it would have been cool to see what he thought about his Gardevoir beating this dark deck.
I think he got stomped. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was close. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty swift
He
to.
says that it
Oh
beats
well,
all
yeah,
the dark decks.
he says a lot of things though. He's backed up most of it's up to this point. I guess have we seen him on stream against a dark deck though? Well, I don't think
Uh,
anyone thinks
no,
that Grimstral is that good into.
He played Ryuki, right? Absol?
That's true. We did
Yeah.
see that was actually a really
And
good
they
match as
tied.
well.
That was a cool
Yeah,
match. Dude,
it
I
did
do have
come
to say
down
this
to
as well. I watched from that stream game, and then also, one of the matches I watched, Henry versus Makani out on the floor.
yeah,
Dude, Henry is better than anyone I've ever seen at playing with the clock in mind of like whenever he lost like game 1 and he is just like he's not checking his prizes, he's doing every action as
going
quickly as possible, like he knows that it is more important to get
do
through the
anything.
game
Yeah,
yeah, than to like think super super hard about every little decision. And we saw
yeah.
that on his stream game and he squeaked a tie out of a game that was probably going to be a loss.
It did come down to, like, a prize penalty, which is, of course, unfortunate, but,
Sure.
like, still, you have to, like, give him credit for that as well, and he did, like, I'm pretty sure he made a misplay in that one as well. He should have benched Mew before he played Iono, but forgot to, but it didn't end
And
up
that's what
mattering in
happens
the
when you
end.
play fast, right?
Yeah, but it's better to do something than not have enough time to do anything, for sure, so, also, I will say that I think Henry thinks that the Guardy deck is better against the Guardy deck with Bravery Charm specifically is better against the Dark decks. I don't think he thinks he's favored against Zoroark. Maybe the
Sure.
Absol deck, though. Maybe he thinks the Absol deck is, like, closer. Also, he didn't have the MVP this time around. He didn't have Turbo Energize plus
Enamorous.
Enamorous.
No Enamorous, yeah. Yeah, Jelly Guardy is probably worse into, like, the Zork and stuff than, like, the other Guardy deck.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, I mean, Henry and Aban up here in top cut. Pretty sick that, we get to see that. Ryuki, in top 4. I mean, dude, I mean, this is a pretty stacked top cut. I don't know, man.
yeah, it looks pretty good for sure. I mean, you have like some of the best players this season, the best player of all time, Tord, best players this season, Liam, Aban, best player, one of the best players last season, Henry, one of the best players this season and last season, Ryuki, Moffat right there under them as a People know who Moffat is. He had like a not a great last season, but he's had like his like the broken Lugia season he had was like extremely good, like 5 or 6 top cuts or whatever. Hasn't gotten his big win yet. Still looking for that. Summit is like a up and coming
Yeah.
player as well. Like his last, I think I saw
Extremely
him tweet.
consistent.
Yeah, his last 4 events, he's top cut 3 of them. So like he's just kind of waiting for his big breakout. Hawken here. I don't know Hawken much about Hawken. This might be his first top cut. Um, I think it is there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like the top 5 players there is like the best in the game right now.
This you could make
No
an argument
disrespect to
that
Moffat,
this
of
is the
course.
best 5 players in the game right now.
Yes, you could actually make the argument these are the best 5 players in the game for sure. They're definitely in the top 10, all 5
Yeah.
of them
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So, yeah, I mean, it was like, and that's what happens when you get like these tournaments where there's more international competition. Adding a Tord, adding a Ryuki, adding both to the tournament. We got to see both in the tournament though, which is like something extra special, right? So, and they're both up here in top 4. We take either of those players out of the tournament, and I mean, maybe if only one of them is there, they just win the whole thing. But when you got them both there, they're both in top 4, disrupting things. So the more international the tournaments get, like, yeah. And I guess that's like one thing that's one thing that's like, I mean, it's just cool to see more of that. But like, one thing we don't really get to, we start to truly see the impact of is just like adding one of these like truly great elite players. And I'm not just talking about good players here, like Toward level, Ryuki level. They're on another level. Or any of the top 5 you could basically take there. They're on like another level in the game. Adding any of them to any single tournament, just like it just increases the level of the tournament by as much as you possibly can from any one player being added to a tournament. So we're going to just see more and more of that on this like regional level of things. It's just really, really cool to see. Like mini ICs almost at this point.
Definitely. Yeah, there was quite a bit of the Kangaskhan deck in Top Cut.
Yep.
Tord and Ryuki were not the only ones. We also had Christopher Butler and Fernando Cifuentes with a pretty unique take on it. Shout outs to the world champ, Fernando, here with a 2-1 Crustle line in his deck.
He was crossing it up. All of them were teched for
He was letting
uh
it crust, bro.
all of them were teched for Golden Go. But yeah, Fuentes here doing it a little bit differently. Everyone else had Cornerstone, I believe, including Butler. Butler also had the Cornerstone, but had the Crustal, which it's a little bit more, but not by even by that much. It's like +1. He does have the luxurious cape in here, so maybe +2 deck spaces, I guess, compared to the Cornerstone mask. But Mawile can't hit it, so you beat Mawile in Golden Go. Whereas the Cornerstone, if they have the Turbo Energize, you lose. If they don't, it's still kind of like back and forth because the Picnic Basket combo lets the Mawile survive a 2-hit from the Cornerstone. So even if they have Boss Punch Mawile, you just go Air Balloon, Attach, Retreat, Picnic Basket. And then even if they have Boss Punch it, you can still go Attach, Knockout on the next turn. So the corner, like the Mawile's even without the Turbo Energize, is pretty good against Cornerstone. But the Crustle, you just win. It's like a pretty cool inclusion. It's a little bit more resource intensive, like card intensive, like I said. But
Yeah.
for the
And
auto win, it's nice.
it's worse against other stuff though, right? Like it's worse against Charizard than Cornerstone is, right?
Worse against Charizard than Cornerstone is. Yeah, I guess, yeah, right? You just get Chi-Yu. Like, they should be able to work out a win condition. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
because it's not like you're not committed to Crustle. It's like a
Yeah.
2-1 Crustle. And then it's like also
You
what
probably have to,
else?
like, dance between Absol and Crustle. It's like your
Your
win
Zorg
con.
matchup, if they play Darmanitan, like is not good at all, right?
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. Well, the thing is, though, almost no one does that. And the question comes down, do they actually.
Darmanitan's kind of been the wave, hasn't it?
No, I mean, it was just Piper and then Liam, and everyone else has been doing other stuff besides that.
Mm.
But I was gonna say, actually, most of Zork's counters to Cornerstone lose to Crustle, actually, I think, right? Like, 'cause it's usually the Okidogi, the Absol, the
Mhm,
Hoopa
true.
EX, so the Crustle just cleans those up. The
Crust them up.
Crust is actually kinda sick, the more I'm thinking about it, and there was another matchup I was gonna throw in there for the Crustle as oh, does it just auto win the mirror? You just beat Mega
Well,
Absol Mirror?
I mean, Fernando did lose to Ryuki in top 16.
Oh, interesting. Oh, because they can miss. They can still, terminal period KO it, I guess.
Yeah, they can
There's
terminal
still
period
some back
KO.
and
I mean,
forth.
also, what's it called? Hits through it, right?
We have something?
Cornerstone.
Oh, okay, so there's gonna be some back and forth there still for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, okay. That would still be pretty interesting to watch though.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially
like Crystal can hit Cornerstone, right?
it doesn't one hit it.
Oh, it does. It's weak to grass, isn't it?
No, but they should have a Bravery Charm, so it should
Oh,
be. Then
sure. To
Monkey
survive
Dory's getting
or
involved.
Lively Stadium. Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be interesting for sure. It would definitely be interesting.
Maybe that's the match we should have seen in top 16, honestly.
That would have been a cool one, definitely. What do we see? We saw
Liam versus Neo.
Neo. Oh yeah, that was definitely not a good one to put on. What? Yeah, like I mean, Neo. Honestly, Neo just drew so bad.
Yeah.
Like it was.
He didn't get any favors for sure.
Yeah, I mean, usually against Zoroark, like this build of Guardy is fine against Zoroark, but with the Darmanitan build, honestly, it's probably a pretty Zoroark. Like the build that Liam was specifically playing is probably just pretty good against most Guardies, I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then on top of that, yeah, Liam literally or Neo literally just drew. It was actually just it was sad to watch. To be honest, it was unfortunate to watch for sure.
There was a couple of golden goes, 3 golden goes in top 16. We got Nick Moffat's list here with the Levincia Basic Lightning. That's a
Yeah.
combo we've not seen in a while, really since like Worlds, right?
Yeah, it's a good tech for and had the secret box, so it's like a good combo for Jelly, and it is also really good against Dragapult. Because like the secret box combo that you can do against Dragapult is you don't use your secret box early, you save it for the late game, and then when they try and trap something inactive, you go secret box, it gets Levencia, Air Balloon, supporter card, superior, whatever, and you just pull a full 1 hit KO on the last Dragapult together. So really good card against
Yeah.
the Jelly Guardies and the Dragapult Dust Snorers.
And then Caleb Gedimer here, shout outs to our boy with the Hops Cramorant as the inclusion and the
Yeah, I
Prime
like
Catcher
the
A spec.
yeah, I like the hop scram for sure. I definitely that's what I was saying on my chat, I think, or my stream leading up to the tournament. I was like, if I was playing Golden Guy, I would definitely tech for mirror match. I just didn't know what the best tech was, Premium Power Pro or Cramorant. The answer is both, apparently.
Here they
What
are.
is it at the cost of not teching for Cornerstone? Not sure that is worth.
And
Yeah,
Bodhi had a pretty similar list here without the Hops Cramorant and instead had the Mega Mawile.
you love to see them make them all wild. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more I think about it, I feel like the Mega Mall just cleans them, just clean the Cornerstone up pretty easily.
There was a Joltik box here in top 8. Hawkenberg, you
Fucking
mentioned it. First ever top 8 for Hawken, so congratulations to him on the
I thought you were
run.
about to say for Joltic Box. First,
Maybe. No, it's no,
yeah.
didn't Diego got top 4 at like
Oh, no,
the
he did.
second
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah, yeah. That's why I thought,
Second tournament of the year this year.
yeah, but really cool list. Has the Mega Mawile in there. I actually really like the Mega Mawile in the deck, and then also is playing the Energy Switch, which is the card that I had thought about as like a way to get Mega Mawile online in the late game. So it's cool to see that seeing success, the Mega Mawile in the deck. So there is some more depth to Joltik Box still. Hawken playing the Mega Mawile, playing the E Switch in there, which is cool to see. Some innovations in the deck. It's still some stuff to add to it.
And then there was a Charizard up here. That was a deck that you really liked heading into this weekend as well. This list
Yeah.
from Matthew.
No Dusknoir, love to see it. That card is garbage. No, it's not terrible. 3 Super Odd. We're recovering out here. All right.
Hey, only
That
5
is a
fire energy.
lot.
That's what you got to do, right?
I mean, usually people are playing 2 Super Odd and 5 Fire. That's usually like
Yeah, I know, but
having extra recovery, I guess, when you don't have Dusknoir in the deck or Briar, so you can't speed up the game, so you're playing longer back and forth, 1 hit KO or like KOs. Maybe there's some sense. That's just like a lot of recovery.
dude, I
I've
feel
never
like
seen
Briar
3.
should still be in this deck low key. That was what I
I
was feeling when I was
agree.
watching Grant versus
Where's Caleb?
Caleb. Because
Yeah.
Caleb was able to abuse the fact that he knew that Grant did not have Briar for sure.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, people usually play around it, but I feel like there's sometimes where you just can't play around it. You have to just play into it, and then if they don't have it, yeah, I don't know. Briar's just such a, I don't know, draw an another prize card through your supporter just sounds kind of broken, or just is kind of broken. Yeah, but yeah, neither the was Grant the second highest placing Charizard. I don't even know if no, he actually got pushed way down off the
yeah,
win,
he
and
did.
never mind.
Yeah, it's like the second tournament this season. It's like pretty
Oh, he
terrible,
was the
honestly.
second
Like,
highest placing Charizard though.
yeah,
I believe
and
Michael had Dusknoir in there. Yeah,
yeah.
and the Briar. Yeah, I don't know. It's a broken card. I can't imagine not playing it. But we say that, but we've been talking whenever Sarah Ledge comes up, I feel like we're both like, Briar doesn't seem that good in the deck anymore.
That is true. That is true.
Which is crazy to
It
say because it definitely felt better in there than Charizard, like when it initially came out.
Where's the
Um,
highest placing Sarah Ledge soldier?
no.
Oh gosh, there's no way it's this far down. I missed
Yeah,
it for
you
sure.
have.
There it is.
Okay,
I
there
saw
we
it.
go.
44th. Shout outs to Henry Coe.
There you
Oh my
go.
gosh.
Oh, but I didn't have research, so now this honestly makes sense why they couldn't go any further. I had the
The
Carmines.
burr. The
Oh, but I
burr.
had Drillbur. Okay, I do respect the Drillbur inclusion, but the lack of research. I mean, discard draw 5 when
All
you
right, how
could
do you feel
discard
about
draw
this?
7.
Most recent Sarah Ledge list. How do you feel about this?
Hmm.
4 research.
Nope.
Okay. What?
Say it. What are you gonna say? 1 Carmine?
2 Carmine.
Well, at that point, I think you'd want like a. I would like if we're gonna play Carmine, we should probably lean into Carmine more. It should be like 3 Carmine, 2 research or
I don't
something
think
like
you
that.
have to though. You still see a lot of cards on your turn 1, and it's like sometimes you'll just find it, and it still just does the thing you want, which is like discard your hand, right?
Yeah. There's
So
definitely
it's
like
just like
you could be yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like it feels wrong, but it could be right. Just having a little bit more extra potential reach on the first turn. You don't need it
yes.
all the time,
Yeah.
but you just need it often enough. Yeah, I could definitely see it. I could definitely see it.
Only 4 fire energy in this list.
Yeah. That I'm also not a big fan of. Feels too low. You need like getting
Uh,
fires down is actually like super important against quite a few matchups. Like if you whiff a fire, then all of a sudden Dragon Pulse exposing you and bringing up BS off your bench, and you just can never get into a Sarah ledge.
yeah.
Just get locked out of the ledge.
Any other decks you want to look at or talk about here before we look at our predictions?
We look at the Guardies. Go back up again to the top. I'm just looking through your screen. I think we talked about basic. There's nothing else to really. Oh, there's a Poltnorn cut. So I went
We
with the
didn't really talk
Poltnor.
about the Guardy list from Henry and Bon actually.
Yeah, I guess there's the no TM Evo, right?
Yep, they have
Um,
Latias in here and 2 Ralts.
yeah, only the two. Bro, this has to get farmed by Poltnor, right? Like, there's no way.
It doesn't seem like it would be that good, yeah.
I mean, the one thing you can do is you can go second. Maybe they're just betting on going second and getting turn 1 Frillish. Like that's their whole plan. Is just go second, get turn 1 Frillish, and then you do maybe slow down the game enough to actually like manually build up Clefairy. So you have like the board states like in the finals of Rune versus Tord. We saw that right where it was like Rune had like a Clefairy with a Bravery Charm and was like never getting to guard for it, but that was like enough to make things really interesting and awkward. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Frillish just slowing things down does enough, but I have to assume Poltnor is not a good time for this deck, for this build. But also, Poltnor didn't seem like that good of a play going into this weekend either. So, and it didn't
That
do
is
great.
true.
Like there was
Let's
Sama
see.
in cut, but
Henry played none.
beat a Polt Zard, but anything can beat that. That's not really doesn't say anything.
Poltzard won in seniors.
Exactly. You were just proving my point. All
Shout
right.
outs to my boy Nathan.
No Poltnor here either for Avant. Bro, they just dude, who's fixing these parries? Listen, if they played against
Dude,
Poltnors and
Azul, you
beat
can't
them, I
have
would
it
be like,
both
all
ways,
right.
bro. You have trashed Poltnor for like months, and
It's not
then
true.
you're
It's
like
like not that.
complaining that there's not people playing it to stop these
No,
kids.
but it's 13% of the metagame. They're still playing it. The decks are there. Also, Ethan got top cut as well. I forgot there was 2 Boltnors in cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ethan. We don't need to take a look at their list though, because we already know what they are. Oh, same 58 card.
Oh,
Rock scouting. Oh my gosh.
dude, it is crazy how like you don't see this that often, like in the history of the game, where it's like the best deck, like the list just like doesn't change.
Yeah, it's like it depends on like if you like. We found another Brock scouting enjoyer though. It was basically just Alberto, but there's more than one of them who likes the Brock scouting. But Dawn's here now. New contender. Things are about to get spicy for Poltnor. Will you play Dawn? Brock scouting or Hilda? It's probably going to be Hilda or Dawn, but things are about
All
to
right,
get
well
real interesting.
let's recap our predictions then.
Do it.
First up, we did pick a player to make cuts. Azul went with the Bon and Marco Cifuentes for Buenos Aires. Marco was in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Dude, someone in my chat also said that Marco, like, I don't know how true this is, but said maybe they're just trolling. But they said Marco was gonna go to Buenos Aires, but then like last minute decided to go to Vegas or something like that.
Oh,
Maybe because he got
okay.
in. There was like a final wave not that long ago, right? Maybe he got in on. Maybe that's
I
what it
don't know.
was.
Fernando was there, so did they both get in last minute?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could have had 2 in cut. Of course, the Aban was an easy cut prediction.
True.
But for you, Chip, did not go as well.
Yeah, really. Neither of my picks pulled through. Brent Tonneson. Did Brent even make day 2, bro?
I don't think so. I was actually now listen. Huge respect for the Australians.
Yikes!
For how many players they have, they definitely outperform their representation for sure. But man, the Australians kind of got farmed in this one. That's because I just hold them in such high regards. I will say that. Like I hold the Australian players in such high regards. They got
Did
cooked
you
this
see
weekend though.
Tim's list?
Yeah, I actually like it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool for sure.
Yeah, so a Frost Lastless Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, that's sick. It's definitely like a deck I wanna try it out. The lack of oh no, there is. Okay, when I looked at it first, there was no super rod, and I was like, I don't know about no super rod, but there's a super rod in there, so it makes more sense. Yeah, it's a really cool build for sure.
And then my picks were Brent and Diego. Yeah, so neither making into top cut. How many Dusknor would there be in
Oh,
cut? See, some of this we don't know because we don't know have the
we can
lists.
we can guess based off the placing list though.
Yeah, we should have done this beforehand
Yeah,
in
we'll just pull up.
classic uncommon energy fashion. So
I
we
mean,
got what 1, 2 Dusknor in the finals. There's one more.
3.
Is 7 in cut in, or
Oh,
sorry, not 7.
7,
This
3.
sorry, seventh place, seventh place.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's 3 in cut in Buenos Aires, and then we got what 1,
4, 5,
2,
5 total.
yeah, 5 total.
And that was your prediction.
Let's get it.
No, the 5. Yeah, I probably predicted a little bit low
I
with
gave a
3, to
couple of
be
those to
honest.
Charizard though, and the one Charizard that made cut. Oh
You
wait, no,
gotta
there's
know.
another Charizard here. So there it could did
Could be 6.
yeah,
I need it to
Cal
be.
here.
I can't let have Chip getting away with these prediction dubs.
I wonder if they were on stream at any point and we could figure it out if they had Dusknor or not.
Please play Dusknor. Please be playing Dusknor. Even though I don't actually don't know if I don't even think it's worse. I just like playing no Dusknor, but
And then
um
finally, how many decks in cut will have a mega Pokemon? You said 6, I said 3, and it's definitely gonna be closer to 6.
yeah, how many it's gonna be like more than that actually. How many were
We got
in
1, what
that
was
check?
it? Yeah, how many decks in cut will have a mega Pokemon? That's what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were.
yeah.
Yeah, so 1,
Yeah, 3 would be
2.
crazy then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just dumb. 1, 2, 3. Chris or Hawken played Mawile,
Yep.
right? Yeah, 3. Uh Bodie played Mawile 4. Fernando 5, and then we just don't know these golden go lists. So but Mega Box 6, so 6 or 7. And you said
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, so it's close.
Yeah.
I think it might be one more. Did you count all the ones correctly in Vegas?
No, but it doesn't matter. You're right.
One.
You win.
No, no, no.
You
I think
win.
it 1, 2,
Dude, it's
3,
we
4.
don't need to spend any more time on
Okay,
this.
okay, okay. Well, it's definitely more than I predicted. What I'm saying.
One last thing on this tournament before we move on. Um it's still a disputed conversation by the old heads, the copers. Is Tord officially the GOAT? Does this change anything? Has he always been the GOAT? Tord or Jason Azul, who you taking?
I mean, I would say Tord. Um, I can see like it's one of those things where I'm like not that invested into it, and I can just see the argument for Jason. Like he won Worlds 3 times, and it doesn't matter the era, right? Like so, like I don't think that matters that much. So, like tournaments were easier back then than they were now. But I think if Jason put his all into the game, he could definitely be as successful as Tor. Like he was like pretty good at the game. So, but I think another regional win isn't going to change anything for Tord in that kind of back and forth. It would have to be like a crazy streak. Like if he wins,
Largest
like
regionals of all time, bro.
yeah, but the next season there's going to be another largest regionals of all time. Like it holds so little weight at this point, which is a good thing. Which
So
is a good
true.
thing. Yeah, it holds like it doesn't matter. Who cares? But like yeah, if Tord wins even like 2 regionals a season, it doesn't. He would have to go on like a crazy streak of like 6 regional wins in a season, or but like the things that matter more are IC wins still. Like I think those would still hold a lot of weight in that discussion. But he has 5 now, so it's like, does it? And then would be if he actually wins Worlds, like it's obviously undisputed at that point if he gets the Worlds win. So yeah, I mean I would say it's Tord, but for him to like solidify it and like basically if anyone says anything different, they're just trying to be nitpicky for like whatever reason. If he wins Worlds, it basically just like it's over.
All right, well, let's roll on to our next topic. we'll probably keep this one pretty brief, and that is just thoughts on Phantasmal Flames. The new set is out, legal for play. You did your 12-hour release stream. I tuned in partway through, and I don't even remember what deck it was, but you were playing some non-Phantasmal Flames deck. Like, I don't even know if you had
I
any new
mean,
cards in the deck.
no, it was probably the Meganium deck. There was a Genesect. There was a new Genesect
Okay,
in the
okay,
deck.
okay.
I mean, there isn't like a lot of new archetypes. I did play with Mega Charizard X and
Say it right.
Mega Charizard X EX.
There you go.
um, and I mean, it's like fine. I tried out the Kangaskhan with it, but a lot of things are just upgrades, right? Yeah, a lot of things are just upgrades, and maybe there's enough of a meta shift. Like Mega Sharpedo actually seemed kind of good, but like you just get, it's not like it's like broken, and then you also just get stomped by Golden Go. Like you just don't have a good answer for that matchup. So there's not really a bunch of new archetypes. Like I don't think Mega Charizard XEX is the best way to play like straight Mega Charizard XEX. Like you probably need to include it with, it probably needs to be like a one of in a Charizard EX deck. But like Sharpedo is actually kind of chill. But like if you're getting stomped by Golden Go, that's not a good look right now. So unless the meta shifts a lot, or you can come up with an answer, which I haven't come up with yet, then that could work. Um, there's one more thing I was going to mention as well. But yeah, the Lopunny Dusknoir deck, that seems like the maybe only real new archetype
Yeah.
out of the new set.
Yeah, that's the deck I actually spent some time playing. I don't know, it seems pretty good. I feel like that probably also doesn't have a great Dragapult or not Dragapult, Golden Go matchup, to be honest, but um the deck seems cool for sure. It
Yeah.
like functions well. The first build I played like had like I just literally copied like a City Leagues list, and it was like a 4-2-4 Dusknoir, and I was like, this is too much. Why is there so much of this guy in this deck? But it does feel like the deck needs like a little something else, like a Pidgeot or something like that, or
Yeah.
but I
That's
mean,
what I
I
had
think
in
that deck
the
seems really cool. I was a big fan of Lopunny from the second I read it. I thought that card was going to be really good.
yeah. I think the
I think the main function for it will still be like as a tech in like a
yeah.
Golden Go or something as a cornerstone answer, at least right now. But like the potential for that card, I think is pretty high moving forward. Just in general, it's very strong.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say the other thing. Now, this was once again, like I said, it's just kind of like a lot of upgrades. Dawn, the baby
Mhm.
Moltres, Charizard, Mega Charizard X Index, or in Charizard decks, whatever. The new Charcadet, Mega Diancie for Gardevoir. Very few archetypes, it seems like. But the one card I could see like making a like bringing like an old archetype out of from the grave or whatever would be like Battle Cage. Like I can't think of what it would be, but just like some deck that's been good in the past or just never been good, and you just put 4 Battle Cage in it to deal with Dusknoir and Monkey Dory, and all of a sudden the deck is good. Like I could see that being a thing. I just don't know what you'd play it with. But
Dude,
Battle
but
Cage as a
I
four
don't,
of can maybe get there.
dude, I don't. Defensive stadiums like this are just never good, though, dude. You know that.
Oh, you that's why you have to play it. It has to like fit as a 4 of in a deck. Like
But
that's
it
the
just
only
doesn't
time it's
matter
ever
because
good.
it's like the one turn they're gonna bump it for the one turn that it matters.
Did Path to the Peak matter?
That's a little different because you would
I
go
but like
Path to the Peak
it's not as
INO.
yeah, it's not as good as like a because it like is like the has like built-in defense, right? Because it shuts off their abilities, which helps them find their stadium.
That's
But
a so the thing with Path is like that's more of a like just general format warping card because it affects so many decks,
yeah,
right?
but I'm just saying
This
I could be possible. That's all I'm saying. Is like that's like the only thing I feel like is from what I've seen underexplored. It's just like put a bunch of battle cage in a deck and go. I just don't know what that deck is, but I could see it being actually good.
I feel like it's more likely that it works in like a deck as a one of to try
With
to
I know
like
at the end of the game. Yeah.
yeah, put it in disrupt and like try to make it stick for an impactful turn. I
Yeah,
feel like
I could
that's
see that
more
being good.
likely.
Yeah, I could see that being good as well.
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm saying as far as like new archetypes or like a really old archetype or like a never good archetype all of a sudden seeing play. I think it would be through battle cage. Like that would be the amplifier it needs to be a good deck or whatever.
All right. Well, let's move on to guess that flavor text. But before we do have to take a moment to thank our fantastic sponsor, Dragon Shield, for supporting us here at the Uncommon Energy Podcast. Of course, Dragon Shield makes some of the best card gaming and tabletop gaming products on the market. We love them for their sleeves. They did also recently send a card to space protected with Dragon Shield products. So that's pretty cool to see. And yeah, shout out to Dragon Shield as always. Azul, you got any thoughts?
On Dragon Shield?
Yeah.
I mean, they got so much to choose from. They got 4 different styles of sleeves. They got the matte sleeves, the dual mattes, the non-glares, the classics, which is Chip's favorite. I don't know why that's his favorite when there's so many better options to choose from,
Dude,
especially the
classics
mattes,
are
personally.
so good. Oh, they actually restocked some classics. Let's go.
Chip's super excited for the
Wait, did
classic.
they restock the mints? They did restock the mint. Oh, no, they didn't. No, they have the mint mats. They don't have the mint classics back in stock yet.
Yeah, I'm a matte purist. I love the mats. Those are like my favorite sleeve ever. But I know people like Chip, like the classics. I know some people who like the dual mats or prefer the dual mats over. I know a lot of people are actually a big fan of the non-glares as well. I would say that's the one that I've seen people most vocal about being their favorite is the non-glare Dragon Shield. So
Dude, I want to try these. So these are clear classics. Disclaimer: I would not recommend using clear sleeves at tournaments.
yeah, don't don't
Don't
do
use clear
that.
sleeves, but I bet these feel real good. I want to try these out.
I'm gonna put those on a retro deck or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, not only so many styles to choose from, they have so many different colors to choose from as well. Just kind of like infinite. So there's something for everyone over at dragonshield.com. A link, of course, will be in the description. And code UEPOD, UEPOD will also get you 5% off over there. And it directly supports us here on the podcast.
Thanks a bunch, as always, to Dragon Shield for their support. Up next, we've got Guess That Flavor Text, where each week Azul or I picks a card, reads the flavor text from it, and has the other host try to guess which Pokemon is featured on that card. Azul is on some sort of sick generational run. He's probably got an earpiece in, honestly. Honestly, yeah, take your headphones off. Is there like an AirPod or something? You got Lorelei back there, like Googling cards? No, okay. All right. Well, yeah, Azul's on a sick run. He is up 41 to 38 currently, and it is his turn to guess this week. I've got a card picked out for him to try to guess which Pokemon it is. He does get access to 3 lifelines. They are what set the card is from, what stage the card is, and read an attack name. And Azul, I've got it ready. Are you ready to guess? Do you think you're going to get it? What do you attribute this run to? So many questions to ask at this time.
Well, someone in the comment section said that Cobalion and them are the ally Pokemon or something like that. So I don't know if my lore is more informed or your lore is less informed, or if the Google search was just not did not lead to anything. What was the first one? Oh, the first one I got was Tatsugiri, right? I mean,
I
that's my
mean, yeah,
guy. Like,
that's your
that's
guy.
on you.
I
That's on
I gave
you.
I gave you that one. I want to give you ones that you have a chance to get. Generally,
Okay, well, that one's on you.
I didn't
A
think you were
little
going
bit
to
of
get 4 points that time.
Pokemon lore I know is is apparently about Cobalion and friends. Um, and then I don't know where the Fion one came from, to be honest. Like as far as like where my run is coming from, like yeah, I have no clue, to be honest, where Fion came from. It worked out.
All right. Well, I've got one this week as well. Let's see how you do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
No matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Read that again.
No matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Sounds kind of like something to do with sound or oh wait. So I don't know. That could be a couple of things. It could be like the Loudred line. That's them making noise. All right, read it to me again. For some reason, I feel
No
like it could
ma-
be like Hypno or something.
no matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Okay, so I don't think it has anything to do with noise. So it's like not Loudred. For some
I
reason,
was
I feel like
wondering
it.
what the heck you were talking
Well,
about
yeah.
with the no.
Well, they were talking about noise. You too loud, but it's nothing to do with like them being loud back at you. I'm just gonna have to use some lifelines here. I'm gonna just start with like what set the card is from. Seems like a
It
psychic Pokemon though.
is from Sword and Shield Rebel Clash.
Okay, doesn't do well. Does a little bit. I mean, let's just go with give me the stage
It is a stage 1.
and give me the attack name.
Brutal Swing.
I guess read it to me again.
No matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Man, I'm just kind of stuck. For some reason, I'm thinking of Zoroark. Is there a Zoroark with brutal swing? Is there a Zoroark in Rebel Clash? Why would Zoroark care about your emotions? See, I don't even know. Could it be Hisuian Zoroark? There's the purple Hisuian Zoroark. Would that be Sword and Shield though, or would that be after Sword and Shield?
It is
Version.
Sword and Shield. I will tell you that the Hisuian Pokemon did not exist when Rebel Clash came out, though.
Okay. I don't. Uh, Zoroark but see, I don't know. Read to me one more time.
No matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Stage 1 with brutal swing. That'll silence you violently if you bring strong emotions.
That's right.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just gonna go with Zoroark. I don't have anything else.
Lock it in.
Yeah, sure.
Locking in the Zoroark and Azul. I gotta tell you, if you had gotten this one right, I would have like called the cops because there's just no way you even know that this is a real Pokemon. Like you have to have been cheating. The answer, Azul, of course, is Hatchrim.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah. I don't think I would have ever got. Dude, that does not look like a very violent Pokemon.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure
Wait.
Hatterene is like the emotions Pokemon or something like that. So I
Mhm.
didn't know if like by some off chance you would like
Know that?
know that. Yeah, but I thought it was pretty unlikely. And even if you did know that, I didn't think there was any way you knew what the middle stage of Hatterene is called.
Are the things on its hat feet or hands?
They are there.
Or is it kind of like the flesh ribbons on Sylveon? It's like they just exist.
Mm, no comment.
Yeah. It looks like if you go to the evolution though, it looks like it uses it as a hand.
Yes, I think that is accurate.
So some extra. That's how they would silence you with with the big hands.
Hmm.
Because like if you take away the hat from the Hatterene, what
Hatchrim.
Hatrim, like that thing's not doing anything. But you get those big hat hands involved, it can get a little violent for sure.
It'll silence you for sure.
Yeah, violently.
All right. Well, better luck in 2 weeks, Azul. I've got some catching up to do. I did tell you that I was going to give you ones that you like didn't even know the Pokemon existed. So,
I thought you said you wanted to give me a chance. So what? You're just flip flopping here.
well,
You're just playing both sides.
that was when you didn't have a lead for months and months
Oh,
and
okay. So it's all
years and
about
years.
winning. It's all about
Well,
winning. Okay. I just didn't know.
yes,
I wasn't sure.
duh.
I wasn't sure what we were doing with this. All right, sounds good. Just like
And
yeah.
now, Azul, it is time for us to talk about LAIC this weekend. We're going to do our tier list here shortly. But first, a little bit of a interesting thing to point out is there is a scheduled stream on the Pokemon channel, the YouTube channel, for TCG Day One offstage matches, and it shows a little thumbnail of like the
Off stage
offstage
plus there's a bonus. There's no
plus
commentary.
no commentary. Yes,
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty sick. And I assume that
live in
um
30 hours. You ready?
man, that's so soon. Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah. Gotta get ready. Yeah, I'll be ready. Yeah, it's really sick to see this for sure. The feature station. And hopefully it's utilized throughout the whole weekend. So like we'll hopefully be able to see uh when top cuts going on, multiple top cut rounds, stuff like that. It is an IC. So they will already have the juniors and seniors finals on Sunday, anyways. So we might still see some juniors and seniors stuff on the feature station, but and then hopefully they're able to use that content on the main broadcast to fill time. Like if a match finishes on broadcast, hopefully they could cut to the feature station if it's still live, or if it's not, maybe just play game 3 if they have a lot of dead time to fill. It kind of just depends on how much time they have to fill, but having more stuff um, to fill the downtime is pretty sick. And you can just watch it if you want to go watch that. Like you don't have to wait for them to cut over to the side station. You can just go click on the other stream. Like that's great for me for doing the watch party this weekend. I'm just gonna immediately cut from the main broadcast over to this one and see what's playing, or like rewind in the VOD thing and then check out the gameplay. So it's super sick to see them doing this. Really excited for it. It's something that we've mentioned a lot, and we saw it happen at NAIC and Worlds as far as having the station set up, but they just didn't use the footage. They didn't like put the footage out there for anyone to watch unless you were at the venue. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's exciting. More upgrades continue to happen. In this situation specifically, it's kind of like we've had this before, and then there was a long period of time where we haven't had it, but now they're coming back around to it, which is really, really cool to see. So the analyst test this weekend that you were doing in Vegas, it's just cool to see the continued increase in production. They're not being, what is the word I'm looking for? Stagnant or
Complacent.
complacent. Yeah, just continuing to like innovate and build on and continuing to improve the product.
Rahul has how many One Piece serialized cards he's won in his bio? Is
That
that like a
is
flex in
that
the
a
game or
thing?
something? Is
I
that like
guess.
what One Piece players do?
I guess.
And he's only got one. Dude, I feel like you've gotta have, like, more than one before you start putting it in your bio.
You shouldn't put it in the bio yet. Gonna wait for. I guess is that what they do? Is that
Dude, Rahul
the
catches, like,
color?
crazy strays on the podcast. Rahul and Grant, dude, our personal punching bag.
Now I kind of want to go like look up some other. Whenever I see a One Piece player tweet on Twitter again, I'm gonna check their profile and see if they
If they're
have.
yapping on Twitter, there's no shot that they've got anyone, like, serialized cards for sure.
True. I gotta know. Yeah, we'll see. Now, yeah, now I'm curious if that's just like the thing. How you do? Is that the move? I'm actually not seeing. Wait, what did he say it was scheduled?
It's on Pokemon YouTube channel, maybe?
Did they get rid of it? I don't see it scheduled there. Or is it on the Play Pokemon channel?
I don't know.
Where did he say it was scheduled? Let me see.
It's not scheduled on the official channel, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on the Play Pokemon channel.
It's on just the Play Pokemon channel?
Yeah. It is also listed. So I think. Well, no.
Oh,
But they have VGC Feature Station 1 and VGC Feature Station 2.
interesting. But it's unlisted on after the tweet went out?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I, I hope they know that they have to private it to completely remove the link.
Well,
Yeah, well, hopefully it still happens. I hope this isn't a sign that they messed up and they're only doing it because it's still there for VGC. They have it for day 1 and day 2 for VGC
yeah, and they did it
unlisted.
at Worlds for VGC. It was a thing.
Oh, like you could actually watch the.
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, I assume this time they want to. Then maybe they want to announce it. They wanted to make a part of like an announcement, so they don't want the information to be out there already. I mean, it is
Maybe
out
so,
there
yeah.
already, I guess, but I assume that might be one of the. Well, hopefully they do it still. Now I'm kind of. I'm now going to be really disappointed if they don't do it, but hopefully it's just the only reason they unlisted is because they want to kind of like make it a bigger thing, which is like fine. It's their new thing they want to showcase. So
All right, Azul, let's get into this tier list here. We've got Dragapult, Golden Go, Solrock. We've got Gardevoir. We've got Charizard, Pidgeot. We've got Grimmsnarl, Grimmothy Snarl, some would say. We've got Ceruledge, Absol Kangaskhan, Jellygardy, Zoark, Terrabox, Raging Bolt, Flareon, and Joltik Box. Any other decks you want to add into the mix here?
we already have a Golden Go. We have Joltik, and Joltik box can represent Joltik and Joltik Golden Go. No, I
I
think
don't
we
think so.
could. I would just get rid of Raging Bolt. Like I just think the deck is so bad right now. Like, I just do not think it's worth having up there.
Totally fine.
All right.
let's get rolling here. Starting off with, should we start with what we think the best play for the event is, or should we just go in order?
We could just go in order, maybe just keep things moving. Well, maybe
All
we need to
right.
set a baseline though. Maybe we should pick the best. We should pick an S tier. Or hold on, shout out to Trainer Hill. You can now rename the tiers, so we could name them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I like to do. Unless you want to keep an S tier.
Why? It's the same thing.
The way you like to talk about viewing S tier though, so we have like a fifth tier to work with. Yes, no.
I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, it's fine. I'm not gonna fight you on it
All right, cool. So let's put Guardian tier 1.
because
The
it's a
question
deck
is,
separate from the rest.
well, no, we might put something else in tier 1 as well, but I think Guardy's definitely in tier 1. I can't.
Is
Like, I
it
think Guardy's.
Guardy or is it Jelly Guardy? Because I think
Uh,
Jelly Guardy is better than Guardy.
well, then we should put the other one in tier 2 if we think there's that big of a difference. Unless you think it's
The,
not that big of a difference.
I think it is a big difference, and I think it's Jelly Guardy number one.
I disagree. I think. Well, I thought this for the last event as well, and I don't think anything's really changed. The reason I like non-Jelly Guardy more is because I think you have a better Zoroark matchup, you have a better Absol matchup, and you have a better Charizard matchup. Maybe not Charizard. Like I guess like the TM Devo Jelly thing maybe is better against Charizard, but against Zoroark and Absol, Brave Charm
But
Guardy
Jelly
is
gives you
better.
so much better of a Golden Go matchup, and I
Yeah.
think regular Guardy just has a bad Golden Go matchup most of the time.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad if they don't play Tool Scrapper, which no one basically plays. Maybe they're both. Let's see, maybe they're both in tier 1 then. Like I would put them. I would flip it the other way. I'd have Guardy Bravery Charm as 1 and Jelly Guardy as 2. But maybe we just put them because we can't. We maybe we just put them
Honestly,
both in
Guardy
tier 1.
Jelly has a harder time against Dragapult as well. It seems like with the way they're building the deck now, at least.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe they got some secret strat. I mean, if you ask Henry, it's probably like a 90-10 or something. But um, hey, I like the confidence, and he's been proving it right so far. So yeah, I mean that's how I would do it. But if you want to put them both in tier 1, I'm fine with that as well.
We can leave it like this for now, I guess, but maybe talk about it a little more.
Okay. And then let's go into now that we have like a baseline to work off of, we can just go in order if you want to.
Okay, well, I mean, you want to put Poltnor at what, 4, 5,
3. Probably
3?
still. Yeah. Still not a huge fan. The deck's good. I could definitely see it winning the tournament, but I don't think it's like that good of a play overall. It's like fine.
That's
Chill
like the
deck.
biggest like non-opinion statement I've ever heard. I don't think
I
it's that
mean, it's
good,
like
but I mean, it like could win the tournament. So like,
yeah. I mean, but like I think like let me see. Is there any deck that I think wouldn't win the tournament on this list? Joltik Box, Grim Snarl, and then the Terra decks probably. I was like, I would bet those to not win the tournament. I
you
was
think
like, do not.
Ledge could win the tournament?
I think Sarah has a better chance of winning the tournament than any of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I
you gonna
mean,
go play Ledge?
once Tord breaks out his broken Ledge build, everyone will just understand that the deck's been good this whole time.
I don't know if Tord's gonna go or not. He didn't go to the last LAIC.
Oh no, I was just talking about in general. I don't think he's going to LAIC either. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he got DQ'd one time, and he's like, not about it.
Yeah, he's got beef now. So, yeah, I would put like I think your Guardian matchup unfavorable. Although it depends. Like apparently it does depend. People are still disrespecting that matchup. I think on the Guardy side of things. So, I would say the majority of Guardy players are more prepared for Paltnor than not. And then the Golden Go matchup's tough. The Mega Absol matchup's tough. Like I just don't see a reason that Dragapult's like that good right now at all. Like I just don't. It's like still fine. Like you don't have any terrible matchups, but
Mm-hmm.
against a lot of the top end decks, it's just not that good. And these are decks that good players will be playing as well. Like I think one of the things that was like specifically lacking, not overly, we did see quite a few good players. I think there'll be a lot higher percentage of good players playing Golden Go at this tournament. There was already a lot of them playing it at this one at Vegas,
Yeah,
but I think it'll be a higher percentage at LAIC. So it's like
yeah.
another hit for Dragapult there.
It's
But I'm down for
starting to
tier 2.
kind of remind me of like the Reggie Drago format a little bit, where it's like this deck was like the strongest deck in the format, and then like most of the good players like still just played it as well. It kind of feels like Golden Go is starting. I don't know. Maybe it's a little different because like maybe you could say Gardevoir like fits that mold, and it's not like the most popular deck though.
I
Maybe
feel like
not a
there's
good
a I feel like there's a
comparison.
I think there's a good split about that right now where there's like there isn't one polarizing deck that all the good players are going to, or maybe two. There's like
Yeah.
three. Yeah, there's like three, and then there. I mean, you got. There's no reason that any. I don't think any. I mean, maybe they have the opinion. I don't think any good player thinks Zork is a bad deck, right? But like, it's just like not as popular of a deck amongst top players or anyone in general. So there's gonna be less people playing it. But I'd put Golden Go in tier one if we're going to Golden Go next. I think Golden Go is tier one play.
Yeah, I could definitely get on board with that. I mean, it is like probably going to be the most popular deck,
Yeah,
but it probably deserves it, right?
yeah.
Like it's really good, aggressive. I think you definitely need to be packing like a really good cornerstone answer in your deck.
Play them all. Yeah, just play them all while. If you just play them all while, you'll be good to go. Play them all while. Don't punch the cornerstone until you're one hit KO in it.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, the picnic basket combo like makes the matchup like. No, my math is not wrong. I was like, yeah, the picnic basket combo with the Mawile makes it like they need 3 bosses in a row to stop you. It's like too much. Um.
Are you
Uh.
still really high on Charizard?
Um. Yeah, honestly, I still don't see a reason. Like in my tier list before Las Vegas, I had Charizard as tier one, and obviously, I'm like not as maybe a little bit. I say that, but then the player base always disappoints me a little bit. So I say stuff like I'm not as in tuned in with the metagame as I think I am, but then not always 100% true. I don't give myself enough credit in some of these thought processes sometimes. I still think Charizard's a really good play. So I think it's still like tier one or tier two for sure.
Where do you want it?
I would lean towards tier one still. I'm
That's a lot of
still
tier 1 decks.
that is, but if you're gonna play Charizard, put the gouging fire in, please. Like, it's not even like that. That's what I was telling people to do before Vegas too. Is if you're playing, like people ask me in my chat, I was like, if you play Charizard, do you play a tech for cornerstone? I was like, yeah, you just play the gouging fire.
Did you talk to Grant about his deck at all?
No, I did not. I did like his list though. I don't know, like I did like his list. It was just missing the gouging fire, but besides that, um, I did like it. So if you don't have an argument against Charizard, leave it in tier one.
Um, I don't think so. I mean, I think that um I could see the Absol deck being a little bit of a question mark, but that might be just predicated with the cornerstone, right? Or like on the cornerstone. So like if you have a strong answer for it.
Yeah,
But honestly, like if you're playing non-Dusknoir,
the Golden Go matchup gets tougher without Dusknoir for sure. That's
yeah,
like the
Golden Go seems harder. Also, the Absol box seems harder too.
no. I think you just run that deck still. If you have gouging fire, if you have gouging fire,
Interesting. Well, and also like if Inzorks are playing Darmanitan, does that become worse for you too? Is another thing. Like, are you playing Shaman
yeah,
in your deck?
yeah. Well, you need Shaman for the Guardy matchup actually, because you need to protect your Pidgeot or
Yeah,
your Pidgeot and your Pidgeotto. So like you need the Shaman to begin with, and it also cleans up your Terror Box matchup and stuff like that. But like the thing is,
sure.
like the Zoroark is like a I mean, the best players who play Zoroark, like if I don't even know if Liam's going, but he might roll. But like, see, I assume most people would not roll up with Darmanitan. Like that was like a cool play for the weekend. Even in Liam's interview, he was like not that confident in the deck. He was like, it's a cool build of Zoroark, but he's like he felt like his Pittsburgh build was like better, and he felt like this one was like fine, but he couldn't like find like the gap in the meta or format that he wanted. So it was obviously got him to second place, so it's pretty good, right? And then he was only like potentially a cornerstone tech away from just winning the tournament outright. So there might be more to it than he thought in the moment as well. Maybe the deck's actually better than he gave it credit for even in his interview. So there's that as well. But I assume like some of the best Zoroark players we've seen for a while, they kind of all do different things. So I don't think like the Darmanitan's becoming like the mainstay of the way to play Zoroark. Like I don't think everyone's gonna be playing Zoroark that way. We kind of see people consistently do their own thing with Zoroark and all be successful.
Grimmsnarl has been less and less popular. It keeps going down the meta share, and it's also performing worse and worse as well.
Yeah.
What was the best finishing one even in Vegas?
Was it Tim? I do
No.
like the Tim build a lot though. I will say that. I don't know how good it is, but
Oh
it
my
might be there.
gosh. There's no way it was Tim. Okay, there we go.
There's No, it's
Karis
above that.
Jones got
Richard.
56th. I say, yeah, Richard 46th.
Probably a pretty standard list, right? Nothing crazy. Yeah. Actually, I'm curious. What did was Karis have anything cool? No. Do something we haven't seen in a little while,
Yeah,
but it's nothing super new.
yeah.
Bum do.
I was about to say Bundle in
Yeah.
Badoo. Bumdoo. That's what the duo's called. Bumdoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm packing Bumdoo this weekend.
He's a bum.
Oh man. Oh, someone with the Ursaluna deck. Let's get it.
Oh, there we go. Respectable finish with it for sure. Was that 69th?
Nice.
Grimstar, I
Yeah.
put it in tier 4. I don't know if you have a too strong of an opinion on it.
I mean, I just don't think it seems that strong for sure. Like, I don't think there's any. It just seems weaker than like Dragapult and Charizard. Like those seem like
Yeah.
better attacking stage 2 decks to me.
Yeah.
For
I'd say like
sure.
the one part of the Grim deck that I'm underexperienced in, which would maybe change my mind, is like if Psyduck gives you a really strong Poltnor matchup, then I could be like, okay, maybe it should be in tier 3. But like I'm not that confident in its Guardian matchup unless you're playing like 3 or 4 bosses orders. And even then, like I guess at that point I'd be decently confident. But until you add that to the deck, like my confidence level is pretty low. Your Golden Go matchup is just bad. Like you just have a bad Golden Go matchup, which is not a good thing to have. And also your Mega Absol matchup is bad. You don't really have a good Mega Absol matchup. So yeah, tier 4. Like I don't think like its meta percentage of bad matchups isn't like ridiculously high, but it's like some pretty big matchups to have bad matchups into for sure. So yeah, tier 4. Honestly, I put it in tier 5. I changed my mind already. I think Grimstar was a tier 5 play. Like the deck's fine. If it makes top cut, it wouldn't be a surprise, but it's like it's not winning the tournament. That's a tier 5 deck right now. But it's amongst good decks. It's still a good deck. Like amongst good decks, it is the worst.
Are you
I
going to
think
be putting like these things all above it?
no, Joltik Box will be joining Grimsnarl for sure.
All right, we'll just let it be a partner down here.
Yeah.
I think there is more reason to play Joltik Box than Grimmsnarl. Like I could get more on board with someone saying they wanted to play Joltik Box this weekend than Grimmsnarl, I feel like.
Honestly, I would agree with that, but I don't know if it would be better than tier 5. But like if I had to like rank them in the tiers, Joltik Box would be ahead of Grimmsnarl. If I had to play one of the two decks. If I was telling someone to pick one of those two decks, I'd be like, all right, go with Joltik Box. All right, what about our favorite deck, Chip?
Cyrilege. I mean, I feel better about it this weekend than I feel about Dragapult.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it. See, I think I'm with you. I think I kind of would want to put it in tier 2.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen anything that makes me think the deck is not good. Like,
It's so crazy that we keep being so high on the deck and it's just has done nothing.
I
It's
mean,
done.
zero good players play it. Like, besides Ross Cawthon, and he got 16th. He got
He
16th
did.
in Milwaukee with it. Like, but like, I'm not even talking about like elite level players. You know, Tord Recklove's not rolling up with Sarah Ledge. Liam Halburn's not rolling up with Sarah Ledge. But there's a couple tiers under that where like these players are still really, really strong.
Like who? Say some
But
names. I'm
Caleb
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
Gettimer.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't say names.
I was gonna list a lot of players.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
who are like in the truly elite status. There's a lot of players that fill these categories, right?
Yeah.
Like, but none of them are playing Sarah Ledge either, right? No one's rolling up with Sarah Ledge.
Sarah Ledge.
So,
Would you rather play Sarah Ledge or Golden Go? You personally.
Sarah Ledge. I'd play Sarah Ledge before I play Golden Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Golden Go is the better overall deck. Like,
Sure.
but I would rather roll up with Sarah Ledge.
I can get on board with that. And I think I agree too.
Mega Absol. I'm not going to put it in tier 1. The Cornerstone techs are going to be out there. It becomes a weaker deck, but it's still tier 2, I think, for sure. Like, because you just go to the other build. You go to the Zerosic, you rebuild. Or is it going to be like, actually, is there going to be too many strong Golden Go players at this tournament? Like, the Irian Zerosic does not beat Golden Go. They are still like solidly favored in the matchup. Like, maybe it is a tier 3 play for this tournament. Off of the back of like potentially a very high.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the Golden Go matchup is gonna just be rough and people will respect the deck for sure.
Yeah. So it might just not be that strong of a play going into this weekend. But that's gonna be unfortunate. It's unfortunate for a lot of players who are like already locked in on the deck that the Cornerstone count is gonna go so high this weekend. The deck is still really strong without Cornerstone. but it becomes quite a bit weaker. I feel like overall. So I think tier 3 is probably reasonable.
You a fan of Enzorg this weekend?
Tier 1,
Yeah.
pretty
I feel like
good.
this is too many tier 1 decks.
Well, that's not no, that's not even how it works. So if we just think there's that many strong plays compared to weaker plays,
It is
this is
kinda
how it breaks down.
there just are a lot of good decks right now. I feel like we're in a
Yeah.
different time. This format is so different from, like, any format we've had in, like, 2 years almost.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're finally seeing a shift amongst. Well, Guardy is still there, but like Lore is finally weaker, right? We're finally seeing one of those two decks fall off, which like allows decks to like isolate one of them more so than the other, or like be okay with taking a bad Lore matchup right now is fine. It hasn't been fine for a really long time to do that. So
Like, what? I'm just looking at the last couple ICs and trying to think about, like, the last time I can remember there just being this split of many, like, top good decks.
in a while,
Like, I mean, like, oh, dude, Limitless can get so laggy, I feel like sometimes. Like, this past NAIC, Gardevoir Dragapult, right? Like,
yep.
it was those decks. EUIC, it was a lot of Dragapult, right? Dude, where's the
And
Gardevoir at
golden,
this
just a little
tournament?
golden go. Yeah, honestly, it was just like well, people thought it was dead again. I think,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
there was still Regidrago too.
Yeah. I mean, Regidrago was also dead, but some people
Yeah.
were holding on.
LAIC,
Drago,
Drago.
yeah.
The last NAIC, this is the one that, yeah, Hedrick won the Lost
Guardy.
Box and Guardy dominated. Yep. This is where Jacob I was ahead of his time.
Yes.
With the Drago.
He was
The
on to
UIC
something.
toward one with Zard. Like
This
this
is maybe the format you're looking for. Like, Zard was the best set going into this format, but after as this format developed more, like, other things started popping up. Zard got kind of not Zard was always really strong, but wasn't as good. Wasn't, like, a ridiculously dominant force.
bro, you played Tina to this
Let's
tournament.
go,
Holy
Tina.
cow.
Dude, honestly, Tina with Prime Catcher was pretty sick, though. Prime Catcher with, Lost Zone stuff in general is just kinda disgusting.
Prime Catcher's a pretty good card, buddy.
It's a good one.
All right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of good decks. I don't know. I just kind
Yeah.
of mentally have a hard time with being like,
You just gotta, like, let go of the not the bias, but, like, let go of that thought or that, like, restriction or just because it's like, yeah, usually when you look at tier lists, there's less in the top than the bottom. But, I mean, I agree with you, like, I think this is a top a lot of good decks, a lot of really good decks. But I think we
speaking
got a
of
tier
Terra Box,
nope, we have a tier open perfectly for the Terra decks right there. Slot them in tier 4.
both of them, they're basically the same deck, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like, some difference, and I don't really have, like, a super strong opinion, so I'd put them both in tier 4. I also yeah, but I also just don't think the decks are that they're, like they are definitely, like, weaker decks in terms of, like, matchup spread, I feel like, for sure. Um,
All
or
right.
maybe it's not even that,
Well,
it's just, like that's a little bit of everything. The Terra decks are, like, okay right now. Like, if you run into anyone with a Shaman, that sucks, and then yeah. Tier 4 is good for them.
does this look any different than the tier list you made ahead of Las Vegas?
I don't remember. Probably somewhat different, yeah. It
Inzork was probably not tier 1, was it?
was probably tier 2. I mean, I think I give Grimshaw
I
more
feel like looking at
respect.
this, like I would maybe just move Charizard down one, and I'm still
Yeah.
not totally sure which Guardy build should be
Well,
the
we should maybe just
top
put
tier.
maybe we should put both Guardians in the top tier. I'm fine with that as
Maybe we
well.
should,
Yeah,
yeah.
like this. And, like, just think about the Guardians being, like, one thing. Don't think about them being separate.
Sure. Well, I mean,
We'll let
should
the
we just delete Gardevoir Jellicent then?
well, no, we can keep it people are hear what we're saying, so we can keep it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some meta percentages then. So, like, I mean, regular Guardy, we're looking at like 12, and then Guardy Jelly, we're looking at like 5, right? Maybe
Well, no,
10 and 5.
I think it's more like 10 and 6. The Jelly Guard was like well, actually, I don't know what it'll look like at LAIC, but I think we can, like, basically copy the numbers from, the last
Yeah,
tournament.
maybe the meta is like a little bit less interesting for this one than it normally is.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
you
think there's
have
anything
pretty
wild.
solid data to go on.
Yeah, there's nothing wild to even call out here, right? It's probably gonna be pretty similar to what we saw. at Las Vegas. It'll be pretty
Yeah.
similar. I don't think any even though Zark just got second with a cool build from Liam, it's just not gonna spike up. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna be too crazy. Except like I guess the one thing we could see like 18% golden go. That's the only thing that I could see being crazy, but it'll probably be closer to like 14, 15.
18% Sarah Ledge. Anyone?
I'm here for it.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel pretty good about this. I don't know if I feel strongly about moving anything up or down besides just those couple of swaps we did. I feel like it's maybe, I mean, like, what are we seeing that no one else is that we're putting Sarah Edge this high? That would be like the
Um,
one thing because it's like finishes are just so bad.
I mean, it's just the style of deck that it is. Like and I've like had these conversations with like really good players before where they're like, no, the deck is it's a good deck, but like I would just never play it. Right? Like they understand that it is a good deck. Like decks like
Yeah.
Sarah not Sarah specifically, but decks like Raging Bolt or Joltik Box in certain formats, certain metagames. It's like, yeah, it's a really good deck. I would just never play that myself. Because like the
Yeah.
agency isn't there to play it. Which it does value the better player, a better player to be playing a deck that has more agency more often to maximize tournament results. So that's why it's never gravitated towards by those better players. Like, you know.
Well, there it is. There's our tier list. Lock it in, buddy.
All right, it's locked. Now you guys know what to expect this weekend. This is
Yeah,
an
just in
accurate
time.
representation. Yep.
24 hours before the tournament starts.
Yeah. After everyone recently has been preaching, just play a good deck. Don't worry about making a meta prediction.
That's a whole discussion we can maybe have next week.
Yeah. But for now, let's get some predictions in there. Starting with what do you think will be the most represented deck in Top Cut? You have to, if you're gonna pick Guardy though, you have to pick a version of Guardy.
Yeah, and
I think he's thinking.
I think it's gonna be Golden Go.
No, that's what I was gonna pick. All right. Well, I will definitely.
And I feel pretty solid about saying that too. Like I think it's just like
Yeah.
Golden Go is like good for this tournament. Golden Go is maybe Golden Go is the best deck of the format, honestly.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. All right. Well, if you're gonna pick Golden Go,
You can pick Golden Go too.
I was gonna say Golden Go. Yeah, give me Golden Go as well. I just can't. I'm not confident in picking anything else. I was gonna go with Jelly Guardy. I think, even though I had it rated as like a tier 2 deck, Golden Go would be a stepping stone for it. But yeah, give me Golden Go.
Ooh, there we go. All right. Highest placing. This is an interesting one. This is a prediction you wanted to do here.
Yeah.
Highest placing sub 2% deck.
How many tournaments have been in this format so far?
Quite a few, right?
We could do that on labs.
Vegas, yeah. Vegas, Gdansk, Brisbane, Lille, Milwaukee.
Okay, yeah.
So at these tournaments, so we're picking a deck that is less than 2% meta share at all of those tournaments we just listed combined. So the options are Cynthia's Garchomp, Crustle, Mega Venusaur, Alakazam, Ethan's Typhlosion, Ho-Oh, Mega Lucario, Pidgeot, and I think we can maybe stop there. Maybe Blood Moon or Saluna.
Hey, Greninja for
Okay.
play rate has been.
That's fair. Greninja, I'll give you that.
All right,
So
I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, of these sub 2% decks, which one is going to be the highest finishing one?
I'm gonna go with. Honestly, there's a couple decent choices here. I'm gonna go with Frostlass Monkey Dory. Be my
I think
pick.
that's like one of the worst choices you could have made.
Was that deck's pretty good? You're just a hater.
Yeah, and maybe there's more reason to play it right now if like Grimmsnarl is like worse, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like people who would maybe want to play Grimmsnarl would just be like, ah, we'll just play this version of the deck. Because it's like kind of similar, right?
True.
I mean, I think this is a pretty easy choice, honestly. And it's probably just Crustle.
Oh, what the heck? I thought you were gonna say. Well, the one I was debating between was Frostlass Monkey Dory and Control. Those are the ones I was
Oh,
debating between.
yeah, I guess Control was it probably will be Control, honestly. But I could see it also just being Crustle.
Yeah, honestly, Crustle is just kind of waiting to have like a good run, just like hit the.
All it takes is
Message
like
me.
one person to just like hit a bunch of people who aren't respecting that stuff.
Yep.
And there you go. Someone can have a good run with it.
And the Mega Mawile. Ooh,
Top
okay, is that
64.
is that the adaptation we see the Mega Absol players make? Do they go to the crust?
Mm.
Mm.
They're gonna be letting it crust in LAIC, bro.
Fuentes maybe should have held the tech, bro. He maybe should have held that back for one tournament.
I thought you said that wasn't a thing.
I mean, if you have a deep enough vision of the metagame, it can be very rarely, pretty much never. But I mean, something like that, I think you know no one else is on. Like no one else is
I know
no one
that's
else is
been
on
a
the
thing in
crust.
VG in the past where people have not played a team because they think it's so good they want to save it for Worlds or like NAIC
I
or
see,
something.
yeah.
All right, and last prediction, our favorite. Pick a player to make cuts.
Yeah, and wait, hold up. I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going with here. But
Oh, I
give
know who I'm
me
going with.
hold on, let me pick mine first here. All right, it's about time
I
for the
think you're gonna
bounce
say the
back.
same person. You're gonna
It's
literally gonna say the
time
same
for
person that I was
Brent
gonna pick.
Tonneson to
Oh, okay,
get
never
a
mind.
top cut. I'm going Brent Tonneson. It's got, I mean, yeah, it's just you got to get a cut. Oh, I guess he did cut at Brisbane technically, but I expect a
I
deeper run
mean,
this time around for Brent.
he probably played against like a kangaroo and a flesh-eating spider or something.
Dude, that sounds terrifying. Or at least the spider. The kangaroo also as well, to be honest. Unless it's like a baby kangaroo.
All right, and dude, I wonder how tired the Australians get of hearing us like joke about them playing against kangaroos in their tournaments. All
They could
right,
just move and then. All right, go ahead.
and I'm picking someone who I believe is going to be playing in his first tournament of the season. An IC champion from last year who did not do well at
Ooh.
Worlds.
Oh, wait. I'm going to stop you there.
Why?
Because he tweeted he's not.
He's not going?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. He changed his mind then last time I talked to him.
Well, no. Oh, he tweeted that he got a concussion, so he's not going.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to pick Isaiah, so I
Yeah.
missed that tweet. Dang. That's a bummer. Okay. Well,
Chip's
in
next
that
guess
case,
is.
I was kind of locked on Isaiah, honestly. He's been watching all his friends dominate tournaments. I figured he would be ready to like get in there, you know?
Yeah, I heard that LAIC was going to be his first tournament as well, but I saw him tweet a couple days ago, I think, that he wasn't going to be going.
I mean, oh man, I was like so locked. Honestly, give me
Like,
Piper. I want Piper.
that's a good pick. She also wasn't
Wait, no, no,
at
no, no, no.
oh,
Oh, no, no, no. No disrespect to Piper. I'm going Gabrielle.
defending the home turf.
Yes, for sure. Gabrielle Fernandez, first IC stage as a master. Yeah,
Dude,
give me Gabrielle.
imagine if he gets the dub, bro. That would be disgusting.
It would be pretty gross, yeah. All right. That's our predictions. There we go. That is our tier list. That is our episode, Azul. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we get to our weekly bonus episode?
Send us out.
All right. Thanks a bunch, everyone, for listening. As always, we appreciate the support. And if you do enjoy, be sure to leave us a like, a review, rating, comment, subscribe. All those things help us out a bunch. Let more people discover the podcast. Let us know that you're enjoying what you're listening to as well. And if you want to stay up to date with us, you can follow us over on X. You can follow myself at Chip Ritchie, Azul at Azul_GG. You can also follow the podcast at Uncommon_Energy. I just realized we never said anything at the beginning of the episode about being a day late. But that's
Oh, yeah,
okay.
we are a
Because
day
people
late.
who followed us on X already knew that
That's
we were a day
true.
late.
Yeah, appreciate the support as always. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week, regularly scheduled time, Wednesday
That's what they
mornings,
say.
7 a.m. Eastern.